What is up, guys? It is Eagle Transit here, and today I'll be telling you guys why I believe Southwest Florida deserves a light rail system. What I mean by Southwest Florida, I mean Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Venice, and Naples area. So this is what I'll be going over today. I'll be going over the light rail system map that I built myself, population growth, traffic problems, environmental impact, and economic benefits. First, let's start off with the light rail system map that I built myself. Here's the system. There's a total of 5 lines. Let's start off with the purple line. This one starts and ends in Immokalee down here in the very far corner of the system, kind of. And then it goes westward towards Lehigh Acres and then through Fort Myers, where it goes up towards Palmona Park, sorry. And then it goes towards Port Charlotte, and then it ends in downtown Venice. That is the purple line. I think this is the longest line. It does look like it. Yeah, it is the longest line. Then let's start off with the red and green lines. So these both end here in the um, Marco area or Hammock Bay area, and then they go separate ways. But red goes towards Naples, while the green line goes towards the Golden Gate area, and then they both meet up towards Bonita Springs, and then they both go up towards Bonita Springs, and then towards Fort Myers, where the green line actually goes towards this east part of Cape Coral, and then the red line goes up towards Olga or Fort Myers shores. Now the orange line. This one, it starts and ends towards the Florida Gulf Coast University area, and it goes to the airport right over here, and then it goes up north, and then it also goes to Cape Coral. But instead of ending right here on this west part of Cape Coral, it actually goes up north a little bit more. Finally, we have the blue line. This one starts and ends near Fort Myers Beach, but not really all the way there because it would be kind of expensive to get all the way over there. And also, since it's such a thin area, it's not really the best place to build a light rail system. But then it goes up north through McGregor and other like small towns, or should I say, incorporate or unincorporated areas, because a lot of the areas here are not incorporated. But then it goes through Fort Myers downtown, and then it also goes eastward towards Lehigh Acres. This one actually goes through, I guess you could say, downtown Lehigh Acres, and then it goes up north through Alva, and then it ends in LaBelle. All right, on to the next key thing, which is the population growth. The Cape Coral Fort Myers metro area has grown over 200% in the last 20 years, since 2000 to 2022. I know it's 2025. We're going to just assume right now that it is 2020. Also, in Southwest Florida, they're expected to add another 500,000 people the next 20 years. And that isn't just really Cape Coral or Fort Myers area. That's actually like all the counties, like Lee County, Collier County, Charlotte County, and Sarasota County. I didn't include Sarasota County in this image because Venice is, I mean, it's in southern Sarasota County, so I didn't want to include a county that is kind of barely in the actual system. All right, traffic. So a light rail system can help reduce traffic jams, especially during the rush hour, especially since the Cape Coral area is growing a lot. There's going to be a lot more cars, and there actually has been a lot of traffic, especially during seasonal times and also rush hour. And you can improve air quality with less emissions, which will also tie into the environmental effects on the next slide. And more people can get around, even those who don't have cars. All right, so the environmental impact. Southwest Florida is a very car dependent area, so we can reduce the number of cars on the road with this system. And in turn, that will reduce the CO2 emissions in the area, and it will improve the climate problem or climate change problems in Florida, which is less emissions equals a much slower sea level rising. And a slower sea level rising also means more tourism for the area, which means there will be a lot more tax revenue and a lot more benefits for the area. All right, so economic impact. Just creating the system will create jobs, such as construction jobs to actually build the system, engineering jobs, and electrician jobs. And there are a lot more jobs that I have not named right here. And there might be new businesses or people wanting to move into areas near the train stations or the train. And this will also increase tourism in the area, especially as it's connected to the Southwest Florida International Airport, and local businesses can also get more customers because people can actually get to somewhere without having to wait in traffic. All right, fares. So I think a $3 to $5 to ride cost is a good idea. I know the buses are only $1.50, but if you're going somewhere really far, you're gonna have to use a lot, or you're gonna have to change a lot of buses, which means that this system will be better depending on how far you go. You don't have to change as many buses, and depending on the line, it will differ to cost. So let's just say the purple line, it might be a little bit more, like $5, because it's a long line compared to the red line or the blue line. And you'll be able to buy tickets at every station using payment machines, and you can buy the tickets and also reload the tickets at every station, as seen as this image here from Bart in California. So station design. I think this is a good idea, especially since Cape Coral and Fort Myers area is still growing a lot, and they don't need these big stations. But I think something like this, where you have a station in the middle and then two tracks on either side, or two tracks inside and then two station, or the stations on the outside. But whichever way, I think this is good. I think this is good also because it's got benches, it's got a roof so you can protect yourself from like rain and stuff. But it also will include timestamps and then maybe some artwork. All right, so the light rail trains. So I'm thinking of using the Alstom Citadis for this project. It is a pretty good train. It is used a lot in Europe, but it is slowly making itself over here to the US. And I think this is good because it's, like I said, we want to reduce the CO2 emissions in the area. And this train runs fully on electricity, which will make it a good option. And also, these trains actually go a pretty good speed, despite it being like a light rail system. Depending on like how far the stations are, you can still get up to a good 45, 55 miles per hour. I want to thank you guys for listening to this video. If you guys did enjoy, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel. It helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.